everybody, I'm your man Dennis Pitzenbarger from Hot Rod Magazine, and we're in the eBay Motors Garage to talk about winter tires and traction. Now, before we get into the types of tires and traction devices, let's identify with the type of car you have. Now, you have your traditional old school front engine rear drive car. Maybe it's a Caprice Classic or a Crown Victoria or a number of other cars that you consider the classic layout. Engines in the front, driving through the rear wheels, but you have that weight on the front so you don't have as much traction on the back, much like a pickup truck that you see spinning the rear tires. Now let's go to the traditional newer car, the Honda Accord, the Nissan Altima, front engine, and the engine is over the drive wheels or a front-wheel drive car. Well, that's great, but the problem is you have no traction in the rear, even though you're driving through the front. Now, a lot of people might think they're safe. I have all-wheel drive, I have a Quattro. But actually that can be a little bit detrimental as well, because with that all-wheel drive traction comes the lack of control when you're turning or when you're trying to brake. It's all about the type of tires that you have on the vehicle. Now I have three different choices here, a little bit different for each application, but let's start with your basic all-weather tire. Something like this with an all-weather design, designed to be able to be used on both on-road and off-road. Now that doesn't mean you're gonna have something as aggressive like this on an Audi Quattro, but it's something you can have even on a small sport utility. Now you move from there into a mud and snow tire, the biggest difference being the type of tire design. Now you might think all they do is just kind of get a fancy little design and put it on a tire and that's how they come up with it. There's a lot more that goes into the tire itself than you think. The big difference is letting an all-weather tire like this shed mud and snow and debris out of the tire in everyday situations. A mud and snow tire actually designs the lugs to let it release, or you see that rooster tail of debris coming out from that tire, not because he's spinning, it's because the tire is actually designed to let those debris clear the tread wear and then be able to grip on the surface it's on. Then it goes to something a little bit more. Let's say you're somewhere where it's icy 3 or 4 months out of the year, or you get that random ice storm. Something like a studded snow tire can give you the ability to have metal studs in the tread wear on top of the sipes and the clearing design of the tread wear itself to give you maximum traction. Those little metal studs are great, but you can't use them all year. In fact, they're actually outlawed some of the time during the year because it'll actually tear up the road. Now, at tires aside, you also have those extreme situations where it's 6, 8, 10 inches of snow and you need to get to work or you need to go pick up the kids. That's where something like a traditional chain like this might be the best bet. Easy to hook up, easy to put on your tire, but adding that maximum traction by literally giving you a paddle of traction as it goes through and clears the debris off of the tire. The nice thing is there's not only traditional chains like this, but there's a lot of different added traction devices that actually clamp around the wheel. So it's not just those old-fashioned chains that Grandpa had on the 3/4-ton truck, but there's devices that are available for even the modern alloy wheels on, say, that Audi's A6 that I mentioned before. Now, the nice part about whether you're looking at traction control devices, ultimate mud and snow, or even all-terrain tires, millions of these items are available in one place, eBay Motors.